Hello everybody, welcome back. I have another design team project for Not2Shabby shop. You can use coupon code GEN10 to save 10% off your total purchase, and all the links will be in the description box below. So this is the card that I am creating today. The stamp set is called The Bomb and it's by Darcie's Heart and Home. Jamie does have this available in the shop and it makes a really cute collection for your summer card. I'm coloring the popsicle like a bomb popsicle. I had to look this up because, interesting fact, in Canada we call them rocket popsicles. So I figured there was a coincidence with the name bomb and the coloring that you see that they give on the front of the stamp set. So I had to do some Googling. I was actually crafting with Michelle XO and we were talking about it, and so we Googled it, and sure enough, the US calls these bomb popsicles. So you saw there, I'm coloring the bottom in blues. I used B06, 04, 02, 00, well, B02 and B00, and I used a lot of blender pen to make sure there's a smooth, kind of soft, smooth, however you want to call it, transition where the popsicle would turn white. And I'm doing the same here with the reds. I'm using R29, 24, 22, 20, and then the blender pen again. And I use the R20 for the little popsicle's cheeks as well. So I'm really using the blender marker here for the red to really soften it up so it looks like a popsicle, and then I found it pushed back too much. So I'm coming back with the R24, so I skipped the 29, and then did the 22 and the 20 again, and then blended that back out, and it will dry nicely once it's had a little bit of time to sit with the blender pen. So for the popsicle stick, I used E13, E11, and E00, and now I'm just using this cloudy border die by Pink and Main. And I am doing a very clean and simple card here. I'm using lots of white, so I just die cut that cloudy border out in white cardstock, same with the back panel. And now I'm going to put the sentiment in place, which says "You're the bomb." I'm using my Lawn Fawn jet black ink because I am going to be coloring up the word bomb to resemble the popsicle as well. So for my Distress Oxide inks, I'm just going to let the ink dry a little bit there. I'm using Candied Apple, and this is a new blending foam, and you can see that they just don't blend as well. See how this one I've been using for a while, and the foam is nice and saturated with the color. It blends so beautifully. You can see the difference here, but it's okay. I will, I'm trying to just get more of that red ink on the foam and then putting that back to the paper. So I'm using this Heidi Swap stencil. This was available in Michael's. I feel like so many of us still have this in our stash. And this card is, I saw Christina Warner recently do a video and she called it, I think it was something like Center Distress Inking with Stencils, I think. And so I really wanted to try this. So just where there's a soft kind of distress ink background, only in the center where your image will be, and then using any stencil you want, adding a little bit of decoration in the same color of distress ink that you use. Now I use Distress Oxide in Candied Apple and Mermaid Lagoon. And now you can see I'm coloring the word bomb here to resemble the popsicle. I'm using the exact same colors, just having to do it very sparingly. I'm almost dotting the color on as opposed to coloring. Now the Distress Oxide background looks a little bit like a hot mess right now because of that new foam pad for the Candied Apple, but I will fix that, you'll see. So don't get discouraged. You know, you can usually fix anything. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that once I finish up with the red. Now I had to be really careful with the red because we all know that red can bleed, and this is a very small space, but it worked out just fine with dotting the color on, like I said, as opposed to actually coloring it. So I'm just about done that. I'm going to use the R20 here and then blend that out, and then we'll assemble the rest of the card here in a second. So I thought that this card was not only a really sweet summer card, but it could be a great 4th of July card for all of my American friends as well, who will be celebrating on July 4th. In Canada, we have Canada Day on July 1st. So if you're having a Independence Day party, this would make a really good thank you card. So I'm going to actually use it for a thank you card as well. And so I think the sentiment, "You're the bomb," and then on the inside, "Thank you for all you do," or just simply "thank you," is a really sweet summer thank you card. So I'm just using some fun foam here to pop up that panel, and here's where everything really comes to life. Now I'm using this Popsicle from the Sweetest stamp set. That's the name of it, by Avery L. I did create 2 cards with that stamp set, and I'm bringing in this Popsicle. I colored it up similar to the big Popsicle, and I wanted to cover up that ink blending. So I'm not pressing this down yet. I want to see where these will end up laying, and you can see me really moving it to cover up where that splotchiness was, and you would never know. So don't get too discouraged, you know, keep going with your cards and see in the end if you can get them to work out. So once I had that big Popsicle there, I realized that it covered up a lot of the blue stars. So I wanted to come back and add a few of those stars, and that just finished the card off nicely. So I am going to take my Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen here, and I'm going to use it on the red. Now you have to remember that the color will move with these markers, but that's okay for the red for this card, because I actually wanted to blend it out as much as possible. So now we have a shiny Popsicle card. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.